What's up, creative people? Everybody, Jones here from RBJ Creative Studio, and today we're doing another tutorial on how to create backgrounds and get nice backgrounds for church designs or any designs, as a matter of fact. So, first of all, let me throw this out there. If you are a creative designer and you call yourself a graphic designer, first of all, one thing you have to know or acknowledge is the fact that you are a creative, meaning you create, you don't steal. That's why we call ourselves creatives, not stealers. We don't steal. So I'm putting this out there that if you're a designer and you want to be perfect in your designs and everything, please don't steal people's content or anything. Stick to your own way of design, and I think it will help you in all aspects. So I have a design here that I started this design actually, and one of my people just told me that I should record or do a tutorial for this. So this is where I got. I'm not that far, so I'll recreate this. I'll start doing this all over again, so you guys get to know how I got to get the background and everything. Yeah, so we're about to recreate this. So first of all, you open your Photoshop and go to File, go to New, and you create a new workspace. So the normal 20 inches by 20 inches with resolution 300, and you hit on Create. So first of all, don't ever forget your rulers. Yeah, because the rulers are everything. Yeah. So first of all, you drag the horizontal ruler, you drag the vertical ruler, and we are good to go. So the next thing that I did was, actually I already brainstormed the idea or the way of design that I wanted to achieve. I sat down, thought of it, and came about how I want the background to be. So after thinking about it, I just went straight for it. So first of all, you choose your colors. I went in for yellow and orange. So you open a rectangle to almost half of the work. I think this side was yellow rather. To almost half of the work. And one thing you should notice, this right here that I'm doing is a personal preference, but you can find tips in it. You can find whatever that you want and bring something out of it just to create your own design. So after the rectangle, I moved on to the shape side and chose polygonal tool. So for the polygonal tool, you can choose not to hold shift because it's all three sides, so you can just open it. Whether you hold shift or not, you're still going to get the exact size. So you open your how do you call it, your rectangle, triangle rather. You open your triangle, make sure it's aligned with the rectangle that we opened at first. Then you open the size. So here's one thing: after you've opened the triangle, when you want to, let's say, scale it up, you'd have to hold shift because you've already opened it. Opening it at first doesn't require shift, but then when it's done opening, you'd have to hold shift to open it up and everything. So you hold shift, open it up, and get a very nice scaling. So as you can see, there's a vast space here, so I'm going to try to maintain the same space over wherever I open this. So you open another one, then you duplicate this one here and turn it. So you hit the transform controls, right click, and go to flip horizontal. So it flips horizontally, then you fit it in here. Okay, so what you're going to do is duplicate again. I'm very sure we all know the shortcut for duplicating. That's holding the alternate until the white cursor joins the black cursor. Then you just drag to do whatever you want to do. So you duplicate again. Yeah, so as I was saying earlier on, I wanted to make sure the space here fits all the other space. And looking at this side, I think this side is a bit narrow, so we have to open it up a little bit. And this side too is a bit narrow, so we have to open it up a little bit. And I think, yeah, we're good to go. So it wasn't all orange. It was, I think there was a yellow one here. And one thing you should know, I didn't really capture the type of colors I chose for each rectangle or triangle, so bear with me on that. So after creating this, what I did next was to add some texture to the rectangle and the triangles because it was looking quite raw. So I have this type of noise thing I downloaded on Pinterest. So you move to place embedded, then you shift down, way down. I think it's somewhere down there. So I just go, okay, here it is. It's a kind of how do you call it, like a noisy effect type of thing. Yeah. And yeah, the reason why my image didn't open via Camera Raw is because I've toggled that option off. But let me toggle it back on so you guys can see how it works. So you move on to edit, way down to preference, then to Camera Raw. So when you move to the Camera Raw, you shift to file handling, and for the JPEG and TIFF handling, we have JPEG and we have TIFF. So you hit on the disable, then set to automatically open all supported JPEGs. Then for the TIFF, you also hit on it and select automatically open all supported TIFFs, and I think we are good to go. So you just hit on OK, and that's it. So next time if I open any other image, it will pass through Camera Raw. Let me try something here. It will pass through Camera Raw before shifting to wherever I want it to go. So let me choose the same thing again, and you notice that this time around it opens via Camera Raw instead of coming straight forward. Yes, so this is how it works. It opens via Camera Raw instead of yeah. So note that. Let's move on. So moving on, after bringing in the noisy type of design, I scaled it up to fill the whole design. And here is one thing you should know. The blend modes should be your friend. The blend modes, the dissolve, the darken, multiply, color burn, linear, screen, whatever, they all should be your friend. So after setting the scale right for the noise, you just go through the blend modes. So darken, now we have multiply, we have color burn, we have linear burn, we have darker color, lighten, and screen. So I settled for screen or lighten. Any one of them works. The reason why I settled for screen is it inverts the noise into white, and also it doesn't change the color of the rectangles and the triangles, because I've seen that before. I think when we got to multiply, or it was color burn, it changes the colors and stuff, so I don't want that. That's why I went for screen. So after that, you hit on the lock to lock the noise thing so that it doesn't interfere in your design again. Then you make sure you lock all the rectangles and the polygons so that it doesn't interfere with your design anymore. So now that we have the background out of the way, we move on to the next part. So the next part is I've already taken out the background of the subject, that's the pastors that are going for the program. So there it is. And you should know that PNGs never pass through Camera Raw. It is only JPEG and TIFFs that or camera raw files that pass through Camera Raw. JPEGs, PNGs don't pass through Camera Raw. So after bringing the image in, I think we have something good here. So the photographer already did something to their faces and stuff, but I'm not really feeling it. So what I'm going to do is I'll have to open the image in a new panel. So instead of place embedded, I'll go to open, then look for their image. I don't really know if I'm going to get the image here because it's already okay, I think it's here. So you click on the image and it opens here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean their eyes. You see their eyes are very red. You don't want that reddish kind of eye. No red eye beer. Eye red beer. You don't want it. So I have this action here that I normally use. It's called toothbrush. Yeah, I'm sure you're going to say, why not eye cleaner or something? So the main reason why I'm using toothbrush is it does the same work as the eye cleaner, but then the toothbrush does it very perfectly. Okay, so I think there was a glitch somewhere in the recording, so I had to go back. So I'm going over again. I'm going back to the eye cleaning. So where I got to was, I think, was it making a selection or something. So let me just reverse this whole thing. Yeah, I'm reversing the whole thing so that I can come back to teaching you guys. Yeah. I think I'm almost there. Almost there. Okay, so this is where I got to. I think I made the selection, and I explained the reason why I like the toothbrush or the toothpaste instead of the normal eye cleaner. So okay, after opening the toothpaste, what you have to do is make sure you just go through and clean the eye. Yeah, because you don't want any eye red or any type of thing. So you just go clean the eye, move on to the other guy, and also clean the eye. Yeah, just like that. And the teeth too, because basically this action was made for the teeth. So you just clean the teeth, make sure everything is good. Okay, so after that you merge the whole thing. So the shortcut for merging is Shift Control E. So after merging, you just drag it into your work. So we have to delete the one that we had already did and replace it with this one. Just scale it up a little bit. Okay, nice. So one thing that I don't know if you've noticed about me, I'm always doing something about my pictures. If you send me a normal picture, I'll make sure to add an effect to it so that I get a different type of effect. So this image right here, instead of taking the whole thing to camera raw, I'll just duplicate it. So Control J, duplicate, and I'll just take the first duplicated image to camera raw. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to apply an effect to the top image. Then after that, I'll reduce the opacity for the top image. Then I'll get a somewhat edited image, something of that sort. So I have an intense dramatic portrait effect here, so I'll go for it. Then we have the detail, that's the noise reduction set to 30. I'll take it out because I don't want it. It makes the skin looks very, very like you don't get any details and all that, so I just take it out. For the color noise reduction, I think it's cool. Then we move on to the basic and expand the exposure a little bit, just a little bit. Then we hit on OK. So the main reason why I duplicated the image was because you don't want to get an image that's a final work looking very dark like how it looked in camera raw. That's why I duplicated it. So the effect is working now. After the effect is done, I'll just reduce the opacity and it blends with the other design. So here's the effect. I'll drag the opacity to like 50 or 65 or something, and yeah, so this is what I get after that. So let me toggle off the effect. So as you can see, yeah, this is how it works. So after that, I think you need to save your work. You really need to save, because of late we are experiencing a whole lot of power outages, and it's very, very bad. I think I've already said this. So let me give you a tip on how to save your images and your works. You don't have to save your works like, let's say today's church program is anointing, you save it as anointing. Then tomorrow's church program will be like Bible, then you save it as Bible. It's going to scatter in your workspace. But then if you use the church or the name of the church to name all your flyers, you see it's all piled up here. Yeah, that's how I do my work. So Shiloh new flyer. No, I think I've already done that. So Shiloh new church flyer rather. Yeah, then save it and you're good to go. So okay, we're done with that. So here are the details that I'm going to use. The name of the church is the Royal Palace. Then the program title is Prophetic All Nights to bracket Good Friday, and the date is 2nd April 2020, and the time is 9 p.m. Yes, so I'm going to use all these for the details. So first of all, what you have to notice is the Prophetic All Nights is the main theme for the design. Prophetic All Nights. So meaning the Prophetic All Nights, by all standards or by all means, have to be very bold and big. Okay, so I've been addicted to this font for quite a while now, and the font name is called Ubuntu. It is UBUNTU. I don't know how you're going to pronounce that, but then I call it Ubuntu. Yeah, so this font right here is Bank Gothic. I've been using this font too. It's very nice, but today I'm going for Ubuntu because Ubuntu is nice. Ubuntu gives me a nice typeface. Ubuntu is a really nice font. Give big ups to Ubuntu, Charlie. Ubuntu be doing the most. Yeah, Charlie. So Ubuntu for you. I'll go in for the bold Ubuntu. Don't mind me saying Ubuntu the whole time because it's funny. That's why I'm saying Ubuntu. I'm pretty sure probably right now you're laughing or something. But then Ubuntu all the way. So it's Prophetic All Nights. So I just type in the Prophetic and scale it up a little bit. Choose the color white for it. Make sure it is kerneled properly. And yeah, I think we're good to go on this side. So one thing that you have to note is the moment you place your main text in the work, you have to start preparing to work on a serious alignment. Either you're going to align to the right or to the left. And looking at how I've created my background, you should know I'm about to align to the left. So here's our Prophetic All Night. So the All Night will fall under the Prophetic, and it's also going to have the same Ubuntu font, but I'm going to make sure I align it with the P in the Prophetic. Then I open it up so that it aligns with the C in the Prophetic. So one thing that I'm looking at right now is I think everything is okay. You might be wondering why I'm using lowercase for this whole thing. Seriously, I don't like Ubuntu in uppercase. I really prefer Ubuntu in lowercase. That's why I've typed everything in lowercase. But then this is how the uppercase will look like. And it's not that bad. It's not really bad, but Charlie, it's more like a personal preference type of thing. But let's just go with this. So what I'm not feeling right now is I think the Prophetic All Night is a little bit small, and because of that, and I don't think if I open it up it will fill the whole thing, because it's going to enter the white space here, and if it enters the white space, we're not going to see the rest of the details, and I think that will be bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the yellow rectangle at the background. I'm going to extend it something like this. Yeah, I think to the side will be okay. Then I'll lock it again. Then I'll select all the triangles again and shift them to the side a little bit. Yeah, I think this will do. Okay, then I'll lock them. You see, the main text, nothing has to interfere with the main text. The main text has to be very bold. Like, whoever needs to see your design, whoever sees your design has to understand that this is the main text, this is what you're going for, and this is the whole idea behind the design. So what I did right now was I took the main text way down so that it can mask behind the head of the pasta. So I think it has to mask behind the head of the pastas, and I think this is cool. Prophetic All Night. Or I can reduce the size. Oh shit, I forgot I duplicated these guys. Or I can reduce the size of the pastas, shift them to the right a little bit, and then I'll drop the Prophetic All Night down. Yeah, I think this is quite cool. Okay, so basically this is the whole idea behind the work. After dropping the main text, you have to prepare yourself for the alignment in the whole work. So this is how it's going to work out. The alignment or whatever I'm going to add are going to follow down here. That's the details, the date, the time, the venue, and everything is going to flow down here. Okay, so for the same Ubuntu font, I'll duplicate the All Night, reduce the size a little bit, take it down a notch, and let's see if we have a theme for the design. There's no theme. We have a Good Friday into brackets, so let's just work on that. So into brackets, Good Friday. You see, one thing about the Ubuntu font is I don't like the J. The J looks like the Monstrat font's J, and I don't like it. So I'm about to change the Ubuntu font for the Good Friday, and I'll go in for Gotham, because Gotham is a very nice font. I've been going around with Gotham for a long time now. Gotham is basically the king of fonts, and I might be wrong, I might be right, but I really love Gotham as a font and everything. So the Good Friday shifts down here, and I will duplicate this down to continue with the design. Okay, so we have 2nd April 2020 as the date and 9 p.m. prompt as the time. So 2nd April, or go like this, 2nd April, all in uppercase. Yes, all in uppercase. Then I will scale it up a little bit, because we really need to see the date, because the date is basically the whole thing about the program. So 2020 sometimes confuses a whole lot of designers, and I think it is something that we need to. Wait, did I say 2020? Seriously, I think my pastor typed 2020 for me, because I copied this and pasted it here. So I'm pretty sure he made a mistake. So 2nd April 2021, instead of writing or typing the 2021 in numeral form, I'll type them in words. So TWGNT. Then instead of 20 in words, I'll bring the 21 as numbers. So 21, just like this, and we're good to go. And it also represents 2021. It's just about you being creative and you getting to understand or know what you want. And yeah. So let's move on to the time. For the time is 9 p.m. prompt. Let me just copy this guy. So the time is 9 p.m. prompt. So I'll just paste it here. Yep, copying comes with the font. Yeah, that's one thing you should know. It really beats me all the time. So 9 p.m. prompt has to be in uppercase. It also has to go with the color white, and it has to also be in bold. And I think I have to open up the kernel a bit, and yeah, reduce the size because it's just time. Even though it's not just, but it's time. Time shouldn't be bigger than the date. So then we'll move on to our venue, but I don't think this venue is accurate because behind La Olympia bus stop is not a venue. It should be like Adabraka behind La Olympia, but I mean clients will always be clients, so I just copy and insert, because I mean you can change it and your client is going to be like, no, I have a reason for putting it that way. So you just go along with what the client wants. So yeah, we rock the Gotham font with the same bold and everything. And I don't think it's in uppercase, so just hit on the all caps here to put it in uppercase. Okay. So behind La Olympia bus stop, I think the venue is a little bit small, so we're going to divide it into two. So behind La Olympia, then the bus stop follows down. Then we align to the left and also space it up a little bit, and make sure the alignment is working. So we make sure it touches the ruler here, just to follow our alignment and everything. Then we keep moving. So first of all, don't forget to save. Let me just save. The Control S should be your friend. You should, basically have the Control plus S as your friend. Okay, so now what is the next detail? I think we have prophetic direction, communion wine, or coke. So let's just copy this guy and bring it here. So we'll duplicate the behind La Olympia bus stop and paste the next thing here. So you see this is very long, it's quite long, so we just divide it into two and make sure it's aligned to the left. Change the color to white and change the font to Gotham. But this time around, instead of going for the bold font, we're going for the book. Yes, I don't know why they named it book or something. That is what we came to meet, so we just go with that. Make sure they are in uppercase too. Well, having it in uppercase is kind of my thing. It's like a personal preference type of thing. So you can also leave yours in lowercase or go with uppercase. Any way that helps you with your design. So I'm seeing that the book is very thin. So let me go in for the medium. The medium is quite cool. And I'm pretty sure we've all noticed that the white is not really working with the yellow. Yeah, I'm about to do something about it. I just want to get the text and everything intact first. So the next detail is dress code, a touch of red and black. Okay, touch of red and black. Let's just copy this guy, bring it back, duplicate the prophetic direction, paste, select, change the color to white, change the font to Gotham and to medium, and also put it in uppercase. Nice. So as you can see, the dress code is also kind of long, but instead of dividing it into two, I think the best way to go about this is just cut off the dress code, bring down a touch of, I think we have H at where it's not supposed to be, a touch of red and black. Then we'll duplicate and put the dress code back in. So we just paste it back. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open a rectangle and place the dress code on it, and so that it can pop up. So I think the best color to go for right now probably might be ash or orange. Orange does it seriously. Or let me just try the ash too and see, because ash can work with yellow too. You see, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Seriously, it really complements it. So yeah, for the time, I was thinking of putting a time in a rectangle, as I've done with the dress code, but I don't really know. I don't really know if it's going to work. Well, let's just keep on moving. So a touch of red or black for the dress code, and I think it's nice. So to be consistent and stay online and be quite okay with the design, I think I would have to cut out the prophetic direction and drag it on a rectangle, just so I can stay consistent with the lower side of the design. So I've duplicated the communion wine or coke, and I'll just paste in the prophetic direction that I copied. Yeah, so now I'll have to extend, let me zoom in, I'll have to extend my rectangle. Okay, let me take off this guy. I think we're good to go. Okay, so looking at the yellow, I don't think the yellow is really working with the white. So instead of yellow, we're going to invert the yellow to the orange instead, and let's see if the orange is going to work with the text. That's the white text. Okay, so I'm making this rectangle touch my ruler here, just so we work with the alignment and everything. So as you know, we are aligning to the left, and that is what we're doing right now. So let me change the rectangle from yellow to orange to see. This is not the orange I chose. I think this is the orange I went for. Yeah, so I think this is cool. And if you look at the April, there's this white thing over there. I think it's from the noise that I already created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the noise horizontally so that the white thing gets to go to the other side. Yeah, okay. So after that, you just lock it back again so that it doesn't interfere with your design. So having this being as your design already, it's solid. I love how we've come with the whole thing. Yeah, and one thing you should know, we can throw in some date sign, time sign, venue sign here, just to get along with it. So I'll go with that. And one thing too, I think we have a lot of spacing in for the behind La Olympia, and let me close kernel it a little bit. Okay, nice. Okay, so this is what I have so far, and I think it's solid enough to be called a design. And one thing we are leaving out is the Royal Palace. That's the church, the name of the church. So let me just let me just copy and insert into the design. So I'll copy the behind the Olympia because it's going to fit the size of what I want to do with the church name. So choose white, choose Gotham, select, I think medium will be okay, and go in for the uppercase. I'm good to go. I didn't really ask for a church logo because I don't think they have one, so I just go with this full. I just go with this one. So the Royal Palace, and you see, if you don't zoom in, you might not know if your texts are touching the rulers, because look at this here, it's not touching it. Yeah, so you can zoom in and check it out yourself. Yeah, so after that, the Royal Palace presents, because they are presenting the wow really presents. Yes. And I'll take this down a little bit and kernel it. I'll open up the kernel till it fills the whole space. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good to go. Then I'll make sure the presents also is working with alignment. Okay, nice. So after this, the next thing that you have to look at is the main text, the prophetic all night. We have to do something about the prophetic all night. And if I say do something, it means make sure it's really popping. Make sure the prophetic all night is really popping. So I'm not really feeling the prophetic all night in the Ubuntu font, despite me saying Ubuntu is the best font and whatever. I'm not really feeling it because it has to be in all lowercase before it does it for me. It has to be in something like this before it does it for me. And I think something like this will be okay. So after that, the next thing I have to go in for is the punchline. Talking about punchline, something you have to do to the main text to let it stand out, to let it look different from all the other text. So this is something I do most of the time. And please save. Yeah, save. Yes, Control S at the back. Control S. Yeah, nice. Okay, so one thing I normally go in for is I'll duplicate the prophetic all night. It's duplicated now. I'll merge it and I'll open it up, throw in a gradient overlay for what I did right now, and obviously I'm going to go in for the theme of this design. I'll go in for the normal yellow we are going in for right now and the orange. I'm pretty sure my color has changed based on the orange, because the orange I went in for wasn't as dull as this right now. So this is the gradient we went in for. So we're just going to try something out here. And you see the A here, the A in the all is almost getting masked in the color. So I suggest we add another yellow at the end of the gradient. Oh shit. Yeah. So I'll touch the yellow. Touching the yellow means you've copied it, and clicking on another part means you've pasted. Yes. So something like this will do it for me. Okay. Then after that, I rasterize the whole thing, select my eraser, then I'll just erase the middle part, just like this. This is something I do most of the time. I really do this most of the time because it's really fun to do, and you can even reduce the opacity for the eraser so that it doesn't wipe away all the design. So look at the type of effect you're getting right now. It's working all right, but it's not taking all the details from the work that you just did. Okay, so after that you can reduce the opacity for the text here, and it's really working for the ends right now. So the next thing to do is select the all night, the prophetic all night once again, duplicate, merge. By this time around, take them down to the bottom, like take them back to at the back of the text. Then instead of going in for the normal white, you can invert it to black or choose a different color or whatever you want to do this. So after choosing the black, you can reduce the opacity. This thing I'm doing right here can feel like a 3D, but it's not a 3D, but it can feel like a 3D. So after reducing the opacity a bit, you can duplicate again and reduce again. You see, it's not a 3D, but we're getting a type of 3D feel. And you just go down again, duplicate again, and go down again. Okay, so you can reduce the opacity to give it something, something like that. So I would like to add a drop shadow at the end of it. Make sure the opacity is working, the distance is also working, size is also working, and the spread works perfectly. Nice. So look at this. We have a punch. We have a prophetic all night, but a prophetic all night with a punch. Nice. Okay, so looking at this right here, I think we have a solid design that we can call a design now. But me being RBJ, I won't settle for less. I won't settle for this. I'll go the extra mile to throw in another punchline in the design. So let me just save this right here, and I'll go into my archives and bring out a background, or a crazy background that can fit as a texture in this orange part. So I'll just enter actually I wanted to create a 3D for the whole thing, but I thought it would be a long process and stuff. That's why I didn't go in for it. So let me go to my archives and bring out a very deep with a texture background that can work with what we are doing. So I'll just go in. I think I saw something. Yes, I'll go in with a cross. Nothing big or nothing. Yeah, the cross will do it for me. So we open it. It passes via camera raw. I'll throw in the intense dramatic portrait on it to give it a very deep feel, and I think the detail is disturbing us a little bit here. So let me just open the exposure a bit, then hit on OK. Don't mind me, because the how do you call it, the quality in this work in this image is a bit drawn down. So don't mind me. So after this, you make sure you clip the background into the rectangle, that is the orange rectangle. Then you set the background to overlay just to see how it comes out. So looking at this, we can see the cross here, but it's not really popping out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work around with the blend mode. So I'll start from normal, go to dissolve, darken, multiply, color burn, linear burn. So I'll just go through till I get something that I want. I think color dodge is kind of cool, but let's just go in through all the way down before we settle for one. So color dodge, linear dodge, lighter color, overlay is kind of deep, soft light is deep, hard light, vivid light, linear light, pen light, hard mix, difference, exclusion, subtract, divide, hue, saturation, color, luminosity. I think we'll go in for, what was it again? I think it was screen. No, was it color dodge? Yeah, it was color dodge. Yeah. So I'll settle for color dodge then I'll just. So one thing I'm having a problem right now is I'd want the whole thing to fill almost every place in the rectangle, but then because of the cross here, I'm not sure I can scale it down, because if I do that, if I scale it down, the cross is going to look stretched, but it might be okay. I think it's okay, because look at it here. I think it's cool. Okay, so one thing we should notice right now is still the white text are not working. So I have this punchline guy that I call Spotlight. I have a Spotlight guy here in my fresh design resources. This folder actually came from a design guru. I downloaded this folder from one designer way back in 2015. He was also a powerful designer at that time, but now he doesn't design anymore. So I guess I took the mantle from him. Shouts to Don Sly on this one. So I'll insert the Spotlight, make sure it's working. Then I'll clip it in the rectangle over the text. Yes. So this is what I God. And I still think the text is not really popping out. Yeah, I still think it's not really popping out. But then, yeah, it's quite good. And I'm not really feeling the oranges that I'm supposed to feel. So I don't know if I'm supposed to go back for the overlay, because the overlay was giving me a very reddish orange feel and it was nice. I think I might settle for this. Let me add the spotlight and see. How about reduce the opacity for the spotlight? Just a little bit. Yeah, nice. I think this is cool. Yeah, I think this is cool. Okay. So, reason why my backgrounds are so complicated that you can't do them is I take my time to create them. I make sure my backgrounds are really working and complementing the design. Yeah, that is one thing I don't joke with. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing to do is add their names, the pastors' names. So I have this font Autograph that really writes out the name of the pastors. I have this design here. I don't know if I used the autograph here. No, I didn't use it. I didn't use it. I think I'll have to create the whole thing. So the pastor in the green suit is called Gillard Borty. So Gillard on top and the Borty down. So instead of going with the normal, because I'll search for the autograph here. Oh, I think it's autography rather. Yeah, it's already here. Yeah. So I just select it and it really writes the name very nice for me. Let's take the text out of uppercase so you can feel it. Nice. You scale it up, give it a little bit of space, then boom. Yes. You can put it to the side. You see, one thing about putting names beside or on the pastors, it should be at the point where people can notice that this is the pastor's name. So instead of it being on the side here, it can also be on the pastor, something like this. Yeah, good to go. But then I prefer to do it like this. Yeah. Then we'll duplicate the same thing to this side, and this pastor's name is Theo Royals. So Theo Royals on this one. I think he is the general overseer of the Royal Palace. Yeah. So Theo Royals on this one. And I think we're good to go. So I think I have to shift their picture a little bit to the side. Yeah. Gillard Borty on this one and Theo Royals on this one. So guys, this is it. This is it. I think I have to end here or else the video is going to be very long. I don't want that too. So yeah, this is it. So if you see any additional design or additional finishing touches, probably you might ask me in the comment section and I'll answer you duly. I'll tell you how I did it. By now I just want to end the video so that it doesn't exceed the normal time that my Premiere Pro can take. Yeah. So guys, kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video. Yeah, do whatever you have to do. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Stay with me, RBJ Creative Studio for life. See, the future is very promising, and fingers crossed, I'm bringing you Creative Insight Season 1 Episode 2 very soon. Might be tomorrow, very soon might be the day before tomorrow, very soon might be the day after tomorrow. So yeah, so guys, kindly subscribe to the channel and like the video. I'll bring another design over or another tutorial over to you very soon. And yeah, so catch you guys next time. Bye bye. Stop.